Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 Conclave as King Alexander of Scotland. In our last episode, we managed to finally usurp the Duchy of Soroyar from the previous holder, or Duchy of the Isles as we call it, since we are not Norwegian. And that rendered several of these characters independent. A couple of them accepted peaceful vassalization, but unfortunately Count Fingal here required more convincing, so we are currently attacking him. But also with slightly unfortunate timing, since we had just declared this war, the Pope called the First Crusade for Jerusalem, the Kingdom of Jerusalem being down here, of course. And as we can see, plenty of Christian armies are here already. We have Sicily, Salerno, Benevento. Of course, Italy has a bit of an advantage in proximity here. There's Benevento as well. So we are preparing to send an army down there, but we're going to be a bit late, which I think will make it so that we have almost no chance of actually winning the crusade. I guess our numbers probably would have made it pretty difficult for us anyway compared to some of the other people here. But that's fine. It's our duty as good Christian men to participate anyway. And we have had our Duke of Moray die. This is Duke Malsnectin, the Ill Ruler. Okay. So his successor is Duke Luluk II. He's a pretty okay character. He's a brilliant strategist, at least. He is a powerful vassal and is angry about not being on the council. He is, of course, our most powerful vassal, though slightly less powerful since we managed to take a county from him and give it to a different duke. But good thing that he's a brilliant strategist, because the open slot on our council is for a marshal. Unfortunately, our Duke of the Isles is a better character. I don't think we can afford to leave our most powerful vassal off the council, though. We have to appoint him even though he's not the best person for the job. And yep, I guess Marshall is the best place for him, so there we go. We'll have him train troops in the capital as well. Okay, so our army is almost on the boats, and we can get them on their way down here. So I think I will split off half of this army and use it to hopefully wipe out the remaining army of Carrick here. We'll avoid leading troops ourselves for the moment. See if we can actually catch them in Fife, which we can. Did not wipe them out. So we'll try and go for another battle. Alright, that has them taken care of. So we could send this 1800 or so right now by themselves, but yeah, okay, I was going to say the siege might get us to 100% and we can just send everything. So we'll enforce our demands. He'll become the vassal of our Duke Malcolm of Galloway, our Chancellor, so the fact that he doesn't like us should not matter. So as we learned earlier on in this campaign, a vassal of a vassal can still use the intrigue focus to imprison the king of the entire realm, which seems unusual, but there you go. He doesn't have the intrigue focus, so hopefully that won't be an issue. So our other army has arrived down here. I guess we'll see if we can siege something. It looks like we're not going to be able to do much fighting. We have Sicily here, and Lyon, and this is just the Italians that have previously arrived in Gwynedd. And Slovakia has also arrived. I guess we can just look here and see who's joined. Yep, basically just those people. So not a huge number of people joining. This isn't actually part of Jerusalem, so maybe we'll land up here instead. My limit here is 18k, 9.6k here. Let's see how many troops the Fatimids actually have available. 18. Okay, so I'm not too happy about having 5,000 over here on their own in a not very defensive location. But maybe we'll just try to keep an eye out for the army, and maybe we can retreat on top of the other army over here if we see enemies. As a reigning king, I rarely have any spare time, but for my little son Alexander, I would move heaven and earth. Family first, so we have his opinion of us improved. That's good. He is playful, it seems. Which is an expected result of that childhood focus. So where is our second army? Still on their way. I should actually appoint myself in command over here so that I get the Crusader title. I finally stand before the destination of the crusade. With sword in hand, I am ready to storm the walls of Arsuf. We gain prestige and piety, that's good. We do actually have the ambition to gain, I think it's 1,000 prestige. Become exalted among men. Which will be nice once we get that. Maybe even from this crusade, we'll see. Our armies now stand poised to take part in the crusade for the Kingdom of Jerusalem. We gain the trait Crusader, which gives us martial, personal combat skill, extra church opinion, and religious same trait opinion as well. So we want to make sure that our various vassals and councillors pick up this trait too, hopefully. Though, of course, we can only actually... Where am I looking for? We can only actually put people that we've appointed as commanders in charge of these armies. And get them the traits. Or the trait. We'll try to make sure that as many people as possible get it. I'm not sure we gave it to Rory yet. Okay. So let's check out our crusade contribution. Sicily's winning at 40%. We're actually at 18%, so we are second place, but there's a pretty big gap between us and first. We lost our court chaplain, who was actually our friend. We didn't lose him, he's not dead. So what happened to him? I guess he just got unappointed for some reason. Can we just reappoint him? Yes. Let's do that then. We should probably send him to do something, now that I think about it. We don't need to proselytize anywhere unless we gain the Kingdom of Jerusalem, then we will. So I guess we'll just send him to improve relations in Rome. So I suppose creating the Duchy of Man would give us immediately enough prestige to fulfill our ambition. So we'll see how much we get from the Crusade and maybe just create that to get us over the top there if we need to. Alright, we had a son born to our heir. This is actually his first son, which is good. We may want to change our nomination at some point, perhaps when our own son comes of age, or a little before maybe. But as it is, it looks like everyone is, barring the Duke of Albany here, is safely voting for our chosen heir, our brother. Which is fine for now. Ooh, and there is 14,000 from the Fatimids. So I don't think we're going to get over here to reinforce this battle and help out the Pope and various other people here, which is unfortunate. The Sicilian army here is in the plains. Maybe we... I don't really want to abandon this siege, but we could get into the mountains here, get good defensive terrain. We don't have enough numbers to beat them on our own, but maybe if they attacked us in the mountains, Sicily would come and reinforce and we could win the battle that way, but we would have to give up an almost completed siege to do that. I think we'll just stay where we are. Oh, they have another 3,000 over here. Looks like Sicily is trying to head in to help them. So maybe we should have left and gone with them. Though I think even Sicily is going to be too late and we were even further away. Yeah, they've just gone and thrown themselves into an already lost battle there. Which is a terrible idea. We might need to evacuate onto the boats. Hopefully we can finish this siege first. And we did. Capture some prisoners. What does this do for our compensation, or not compensation, contribution? We're down to 10%. Okay. I think we were at 18 before, so I guess people just proportionately gained more. So Gwynedd is actually winning now. Possibly from this battle. I think we'll just evacuate onto the boats right now. In fact, we can land them here since we captured a holding. Okay, but we'll hang around in the sea here and see where the friendly armies are retreating to and try to perhaps reinforce them. They are all heading to Darum now, okay. Meanwhile, the Fatimid army is heading north to Beersheb. So maybe we'll try and land over here, where all of the rest of the friendly troops are. Ooh, it looks like they're heading to Ascalon. Everyone is heading to Ascalon. I don't really want to get involved in that, because all of these, well, some of these armies are very low morale. Yeah, that was definitely a losing battle, and we are better to have stayed out of it. So we might be kind of on our own here, if these armies are basically just going to be defeated. We discovered a plot where our niece seeks to kill some person. Okay. And known plots. Shaw, our nephew. Heir to the Duchy of Moray. I don't think we really care about that. Alright, so we have 8,100, we are facing 13,000, we can most likely bait them into an attack in the mountains, but I don't think we have the numbers to win, even if we do that. We don't have enough money to raise mercenaries. In fact, we're almost out of money right now because we are keeping up our domain levies. Maybe we'll try for one glorious battle in the mountains. And then call it a day on this crusade. So I assume there's no river crossings here. We'll just get into Hebron then. Pretty sure this is a terrible idea, but you can't pass up the chance for a possible glorious victory like this, can you? We're at fairly low morale as well, but we'll have recovered some by the time they get here. And who knows, maybe with the changed combat mechanics, which I'm not really used to yet, we have a better chance of winning this than I'm giving us credit for. I did not understand fear before, but once you have felt your legs shake and your teeth chatter with fear, then it is hard to remain brave. Well, that's not a good sign. We've lost the brave trait right at the start of this battle. Okay, they don't have a leader in the center. That's something, I suppose. Oh, apparently we are leading one of these, which I Probably should have noticed previously. Yeah, we're definitely losing this. Okay. We gained a defensive choke point thing over here. But that is definitely not going to be enough. So let's try and do a controlled retreat. We can't land these boats here, can we? We can land them here. Not here. We'll try and do a controlled retreat over here. Nope. I guess we are doing a shattered retreat off into the middle of the desert. Okay. Well, this is the first time I've really been screwed by the shattered retreat mechanic, so hopefully that doesn't happen too much more. Though the good news is I guess we only lost a few thousand troops and we aren't going to, hopefully, have this army immediately destroyed now. Looks like they're being held up a bit by, I think this is our vassal, the Duke of Albany. Or the Earl of Albany, perhaps. Okay. So that should give us time to get away, at least. Oh, we lost our Marshal, Duke Lulach of Moray. He died in an accident. Okay. So now we have Duke Mungo, who is 0 years old, so he won't be causing us any trouble for a while. We can appoint somebody else to the council. We can appoint our Duke of the Isles, who actually is a very good marshal. And is a powerful vassal, so he wants a seat on the council. And if this guy isn't a commander already, he is. Okay, I was going to say we should appoint him. Of course he's a commander because he has the Crusader trait, which he could only get if he was a commander. So we'll just appoint the Earl of the Isle of Man as a commander there. So unfortunately we're going to be over the supply limit here. So let's see, I don't know what the safest way is for us to try and get out. Maybe we just sort of head up this way somewhere and try to get on the boats up in this sea zone. And we have now gone into a budget deficit, so I think it's time for us to call it quits in this crusade and bring our troops home before we go way negative. Come to my attention that the Chancellor of York, this Baron, has bribed and threatened his way through my domain, trying to get enough people to recognize a claim on my title that he's fabricated for his liege, the Duke of York. Well, they better not use it, but of course they will. Yeah, there we go. He's actually a double Duke of York and Northumbria, so he might... he's not really that powerful, but he might, at some point, feel like he can attack us. I mean, arguably we should just disband these troops right now to avoid any further financial losses, even though we lose half of them. But I think we'll try and get them home. What we can do is set our retinue to not reinforce, so we're at least not paying for that. Though, how much are we? Yeah, we're down a good bit on retinue, so we are trying to reinforce that. We are still going to be substantially negative, though. We are actually winning the crusade, so maybe it will all turn out to be worth it. Though I suspect the chances of this crusade actually ending in a victory for our side is pretty low, considering the setbacks we've faced. Oh, we're losing so much money, this is bad. Corruption and criminals are probably going to start happening. We'll disband everything, we'll disband the boats. We have our retinue not reinforcing, so this should put us right back into the positive income. as soon as it ticks over. So 15 a month. It's going to take us 8 months or so to get back into positives here, which is not great. Alice Dunbar, our niece, requires a focus. Let's see, we'll send her to faith focus maybe. I'm an idolizer. And our siege has been taken back there, so all of our work has been undone. We still maintain first place in the crusade though. And more people have joined too. Tyrone has joined Kent. And our brother writes to us from Lothian. He's stirred up revolt risk in the capital instead of raising us more taxes, which is terrible news. Non-aggression pact ended between these people. Okay. Speaking of non-aggression pacts, yeah, we don't have our non-aggression pact with England anymore. Let's see, which character was it? I do not remember. The brother of the previous king, or something? Oh no, it was King Harold, and he's married to our sister, which doesn't give us a non-aggression pact, is that correct? Renegotiate non-aggression pact. Oh, okay, so we just have to reform it, I guess. It must have gone away on our succession. Or maybe his succession. But I think we will renegotiate this. If you'll accept. Just to make sure that we are somewhat safe from at least one of our external threats. Alright. And we should probably also look at trying to get re-allied with France, since they've been useful to us. If we can. We do have our brother who's already married. We have sister who's already married. Another sister who is actually not married right now, but she's 43 years old and no one is going to want to marry her for that reason. And Nuala, of course, is married to the King of England. Alright, well, maybe when we have a daughter come of age or something. And, oh, I guess the army got out there, I was going to say. The largest Christian army was about to get wiped out there, but it seems they escaped. And the Chancellor of Northumbria is also fabricating a claim. Okay. Well, we're out of the time for this episode, so we'll leave it here, and we'll see how the Crusade turns out in the next one, though I think we can pretty much guess. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.